Welcome back to Movies Philosophy, where we explore the most impactful and unique films in cinema. Today, we're diving into Quentin Tarantino's bold, revisionist World War II film Inglourious Basterds, released in 2009. Known for its intense dialogue, shocking violence, and stylized filmmaking, this movie blends history, revenge, and dark humor in classic Tarantino fashion. Inglourious Basterds tells the story of two parallel plots to assassinate high-ranking Nazi leaders. One is led by the Bastard, a group of Jewish-American soldiers led by Lieutenant Aldo Raine, and the other by Shoshanna, a young French-Jewish woman seeking revenge after her family is slaughtered by the ruthless Colonel Hans Landa. The story and themes. At its core, Inglourious Basterds is a revenge fantasy. Tarantino reimagines World War II with a different ending, one where Hitler and the Nazi regime are brought to justice in an explosive, bloody finale. But beyond that, the film is about the power of cinema and storytelling. The film is packed with themes of vengeance, justice, and the power of propaganda. Tarantino uses the medium of cinema not only to tell a revenge story, but to remind us of the emotional and psychological power that films have in shaping history and identity. The film also delves into the idea of power and manipulation. Characters like Colonel Hans Landa use psychological warfare, employing fear, intimidation, and mind games to assert control, showcasing Tarantino's skill in writing tension-filled dialogues. Character analysis. Lieutenant Aldo Raine, played by Brad Pitt, is the no-nonsense leader of the Bastard, a group whose mission is simple: kill as many Nazis as possible. Raine's character is brash and unapologetic, providing much of the film's dark humor while also serving as a symbol of brutal retribution. Raine is a larger-than-life figure, blending American patriotism with Tarantino's trademark irreverence. His speech to his men, demanding 100 Nazi scalps, captures the essence of the Bastard guerrilla warfare approach. On the other hand, Colonel Hans Landa, played by Christoph Waltz in an Oscar-winning performance, is the embodiment of cunning and cruelty. Landa, also known as the Jew Hunter, is a master of manipulation, charming and terrifying in equal measure. His character thrives on control and mind games, making him one of the most chilling villains in modern cinema. Shoshanna, portrayed by Melanie Laurent, represents the personal side of revenge. Having witnessed the murder of her family, her plot to destroy the Nazi leadership through the power of cinema is both poetic and devastating. Shoshanna's transformation from a survivor to an avenger is one of the film's most compelling arcs. Iconic dialogues and quotes. Tarantino's signature dialogue shines throughout Inglourious Basterds, with tense confrontations and memorable lines. Let's revisit some of the most iconic quotes from the film. Lieutenant Aldo Raine: "Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps, and I want my scalps." This line encapsulates Raine's unapologetic, brutal approach to warfare. It's a bold statement of intent, setting the tone for the Bastard relentless hunt for Nazi soldiers. Colonel Hans Landa: "Au revoir, Shoshanna." Landa's cold, calculating farewell to Shoshanna is one of the film's most haunting moments. His playful delivery masks the cruelty behind his words, adding to the terror he inspires. Lieutenant Aldo Raine: "You know something, Yudovich? I think this just might be my masterpiece." This meta line, delivered by Raine after carving a swastika into Landa's forehead, is often interpreted as Tarantino's own commentary on the film, suggesting that Inglourious Basterds is one of his crowning achievements. Hans Landa: "That's a bingo." Landa's excitement over using the phrase bingo perfectly captures his eccentric, unpredictable nature. His lighthearted demeanor contrasts sharply with his violent actions, adding to his unsettling persona. Themes and symbolism. Inglourious Basterds is rife with symbolism, particularly around the idea of cinema as both a tool of manipulation and a weapon of revolution. Shoshanna's decision to use her cinema to trap and destroy the Nazi leadership is a clear nod to the power of film as both art and propaganda. The image of Shoshanna's face projected onto the burning screen is symbolic of her reclaiming power through storytelling. It's a poetic moment that blends Tarantino's love for cinema with the idea of using it to rewrite history. The film's portrayal of the Bastard as a merciless force of vengeance speaks to the theme of moral ambiguity in wartime. While the Bastard are technically the heroes of the story, their violent methods blur the line between justice and savagery, forcing the audience to confront their own feelings about revenge and retribution. Cinematography and music. Robert Richardson's cinematography, combined with Tarantino's signature use of music, creates an immersive experience. The long, tension-filled shots such as the opening interrogation scene add layers of suspense, while the eclectic soundtrack adds energy to the film's most explosive moments. The opening scene is a masterclass in tension building. The slow pacing, combined with tight, intimate camera angles, forces the audience to feel the growing dread, making the eventual reveal all the more impactful. Music plays a key role in heightening the emotional impact of scenes. David Bowie's Cat People plays as Shoshanna prepares for her act of vengeance, blending Tarantino's love of pop culture with the film's historical setting in a way that feels both fresh and familiar. Behind-the-scenes trivia. Let's take a look at some fascinating behind-the-scenes facts about Inglourious Basterds. Christoph Waltz's breakout role. Christoph Waltz's portrayal of Hans Landa earned him international recognition and an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Tarantino later said that if Waltz hadn't been cast, the film might not have been made because of the difficulty in finding the perfect actor for the role. Tarantino's script rewrite. Tarantino had been working on the script for Inglourious Basterds for over a decade before it was finally made. He constantly rewrote and refined it, making it one of his most polished screenplays. Shoshanna's storyline. Melanie Laurent was cast as Shoshanna after Tarantino was struck by her screen presence. Her character's arc, which was inspired by revenge classics, was a key part of the film's emotional core. Pitt's Tennessee accent. Brad Pitt's exaggerated Tennessee accent for Lieutenant Aldo Raine was deliberately over the top, adding a humorous edge to his character. Tarantino encouraged Pitt to play up the southern drawl, making Aldo one of the film's more comedic characters, despite the violence he oversees. The film's language diversity. One of the unique aspects of Inglourious Basterds is its use of multiple languages. Characters speak English, German, French, and Italian throughout the film, which adds authenticity to the story and emphasizes the multicultural nature of World War II. This multilingual approach required the cast to learn new languages and dialects, especially for scenes like the Italian language sequence, which became a comedic highlight. The cinematic revenge fantasy. Tarantino has described Inglourious Basterds as a film about film, where cinema itself becomes a tool for revenge. The use of Shoshanna's cinema to destroy the Nazi high command serves as a metaphor for the power of film to rewrite history and shape perception. Final thoughts. Inglourious Basterds stands as one of Quentin Tarantino's most ambitious and daring films. By reimagining history and blending it with his signature style of dialogue-driven tension and brutal violence, Tarantino creates a cinematic experience that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. The final showdown, with the Bastard enacting their plan and Shoshanna's film projection in the burning cinema. The film's revisionist take on World War II challenges the traditional narrative of the era, showing us a world where vengeance and cinematic storytelling collide. With its complex characters, masterful direction, and unforgettable moments, Inglourious Basterds is a film that lingers long after the credits roll. Background music fades out. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Inglourious Basterds. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Movies Philosophy for more in-depth explorations of iconic films. And remember, in the world of Tarantino, revenge is a dish best served on the big screen. Subscribe to Movies Philosophy for more.